stripping locusts connotes how locusts make a tree to become naked. He strips it of all glory, beauty, and season. It can be easily. Job was a victim of stripping locusts. He was stripped of all his human possession, children's status. He declared, naked I come. From my mother's character is that he is never tired of devastating his victims. He was not satisfied with killing Job's children. He must also rob him of his health. What a wicked creature Satan was. After killing everything, he told God was still boasting. You see, my servant, you've made me to come against him. Skin for skin. Give him sickness if he will not deny you. God said, okay, go and try him again. But make sure you don't kill him. Saw from head to toe. This man was in agony. And then the friends, it's because you are a sinner. Your children died because they were sinners. Insult upon injury. Thank God. Because God was behind this one. It wasn't sin. Israel was gradually stripped of her glory as the beloved nation of the Lord. She gradually fell out of favor with God. Until God is what devastation. Have we not been stripped of much glory? When we look at the church today, the Nigeria, I'm a Baptist. Charlie that came, I think in the 70s, and they started Baptist student BSF. This man, is it 60s or 70s? This woman came with, she was the first one that introduced us to baptism of the Holy Spirit. That was when the first revival ought to have overwhelmed the entire Africa. But these young people were mobile, and they were receiving the Holy Spirit, and they were traveling out. They were going everywhere. Churches. Sunday school teacher, they were in your class. As baby teachers, they were in your class. In the government school. How will somebody be GSS 3? Don't let me go to that one. I have teachers conference in Lagos, June. So let me reserve my bill. They are traveling all over the world. If you know the number of our children that are in China, they are supposed to carry the light everywhere. Our leaders, some of them just conspire. People are speaking in tongues. Agents. Is a spy. One connection with the president of the nation. They gave the woman 48 hours to pack out of Nigeria. That's how that revival died. God has given the church. There are things I would have said. Here was amalgamated. We were meant to pastor the nation. Young people were still calling me. I saw them. They are not in the church. Young people say young people in church. They are not there. The same thing with the number of churches in US. And was in UK. There was one church I was attending, mommy. I was the youngest at 50. I was 55 then. I was the youngest. But look at, we see our privileges. We see our young boys, but what are we teaching them? That's the question. Unfortunately, we are petitors. And they are listening to all our conversation. Yeah, they have different devices. Negate it immediately. But at least what is in one church? Can we please? You know, this man locally, you can't flow with me. If you think it's somebody out there that will build the nation, I know life way, pushing materials. So we have things like Master Life, Mind of Christ, Follow the Master, all those things. We used to collect it from them. And I went to collect discipleship material for women, for children. So I said they should give us. They told us point blank, no. Because it's monetized. They that they just give you things free. No. They told us point blank. I was arguing with them. When I got, I said, God. And God answered that prayer. We are the next good thing. We are our purpose. You know, we've been talking about purpose. The church, we have been stripped. You know, church. If they do Muslim ticket, one of them are boast. So what happened? Àṣegbé. Because at the junction when we ought to have been there, we were not there for God. And the last one on page 14, locust. Consumption signifies swallowing up. It is the point of death of the victim of devastation. It is the shoving out of oxygen out of the life of the victim. In Joel 2, 1 to 10, the army of locusts was described in their deadly activity. Before them, fire, nothing escapes them. At the sight of them, nations are darkened, and the stars no longer shine. Because the stars of humanity into horrid darkness. Massive losses are suffered, and destinies which would have shined are horridly destroyed. To terminate our lives, Israel as a nation eventually suffers from consumption. The devastation of sin and Satan against the nations of Judah and Israel, eventually Babylon exile, Judah will have stopped existing at this point of deadly consumption. Think about your nation and pray. Look up your future. Is there anything in your life that can consume your glory eventually, if not check now? Now this consumption, when we look at Nigeria, I always feel, how can a nation be this blessed? I was sitting down there for my alone weeks. Ibi ta dance dey, even ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àmọ́kọ̀ ẹ̀, àmọ́ tó wúlò fún.